Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel, or my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Today I wanted to talk about a routine, an exercise or a strength training routine. I've covered in detail really the benefits of resistance training, but I wanted to talk about really sort of I think the needs of all individuals, even myself in other endeavors. We want a routine or something that's going to provide us a pathway to our success, or just a plan that we can execute to lead us to success, right? A plus B equals C, right? A plus B equals an outcome. And I talked about how consistency plus effort equals an outcome, and that's certainly true. But we really need a roadmap or a game plan that we can feel confident in, that will lead us to success. And in the world of strength training, the reason you strength train is to change your body composition, change your muscle health, to improve strength, improve functioning, increase muscle mass, decrease body fat, all of those benefits of resistance training. But we need a plan. We need a game plan. And I think one of the things that I see is people send me links to videos of people describing one exercise plan, and we all want that one plan that we can follow from now until we leave the earth, and that will produce us changes or significant improvements. I've been guilty of that, right? We follow one set plan over a whole, multiple years of training, and that is just not how it works. The problem is our body is very smart. It will adapt to any stressor that we put on ourselves. So when you first start exercising, you haven't been exercising, you first start exercising, your body gets sore, you increase all the mechanisms within your body to, in the case of resistance training, to build more muscle mass. But in very short order, very short period of time, the body adapts to it, and then you have to change something. And really, the variables that should and can be changed most effectively is the volume, the number of sets you do per exercise, the repetitions. And those are the two things that I think are probably the most important to change. You don't need to change your exercises necessarily, but if you could change the number of sets and the repetitions, will allow you to force the body to adapt to a new training stimulus. So the problem with one set plan over from now till for 6 months is that the body, outside of the linear progression in resistance and repetitions, the body will adapt to it. And that's good to have a consistent training program. But what works best is to probably, okay, now not in every case, but for the most part, to periodize your training. And one way to periodize is sort of a step loading method with volume. So you might perform 2 sets per exercise for a week or two. Okay, maybe you've performed 2 sets for four or 5 weeks to kind of get involved with strength training, but then you perform, after that initial training phase, then you go 2 sets per of those 6 exercises that I like to describe. Then the next week you go to 3 sets. Okay, 3 sets of each exercise. So you go 2 sets for a week of each exercise. Then you step up to 3 sets, and then the third week you might go to 4 sets. And then you might even go up to 5 sets on the 4th week. So we've increased our training load over 3 or 4 weeks, our training volume. Okay. And then on the 4th or 5th week, we may drop the volume way back down. Okay, to allow sort of a recovery within that whole cycle. So then we may go down performing 2 or 3 sets per exercise for weeks 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so maybe we ramped up 3 weeks in volume, then we drop it back down for 3 weeks. So what happens is we've increased the training volume basically about a third for 3 weeks, and then we drop the volume back to that initial maybe 2 or 3 sets per exercise for 3 weeks. And then that allows us to really linearly increase in the load. Okay, so maybe that whole cycle looks like 6 weeks. Again, stepping up in volume for 3 weeks, then dropping it down over 3 weeks, sort of having a recovery phase from that higher volume training. Okay, so that is a great way to periodize your training. And then after you've done that whole cycle, lasts maybe 6 to 8 weeks, then you can begin a whole new periodization cycle based on that sort of step loading. And you may begin that first phase, that first 6-week phase of perhaps doing total body training 2 or 3 days per week. And again, each week increasing in the volume, then dropping it back down for 3 weeks, allowing the body to recover. And then the following 8-week cycle, you may do some other exercise training. You may do a split routine, an upper and lower routine, or a 3-way split. But again, altering those sets and reps per week with sort of an increasing volume phase followed by an adaptation phase of 3 weeks. So this all kind of sounds confusing to just talk about it, but I am very proud of a program that I've put together that does it all for you. It maps out the whole training, every day of training, with periodization built in, where you increase in training volume, then you drop down for a period of 3 to 4 weeks, then you ramp up again, followed by dropping down in volume. And if you're interested in getting access to this, just email me at DrThomasFitness@gmail.com. And I put together this plan. I'm extremely proud of it. It gives you the exercises. You can log your sets and your reps and the load. It'll kick out the data to tell you how much you've improved in volume and how much you've improved in strength. Each week is different. It varies in reps and sets and those kind of things. Although the exercises, I would recommend you can alter and substitute those, but I go over that in the program. But if you're interested in this whole phase of training, this whole cycle of training, which I'm very proud of. I put a lot of work into it, that really gives you the roadmap, but has alterations built in it. So you don't get stagnant, or your body is constantly in a process of adapting and then recovering from training. Adapting and then recovering from training. So if you're interested in this, I could talk about periodization, but I do think you must alter those acute training variables within a training program, especially after you get past that initial training phase. Exercises, find the 6 to 10 different exercises that work for you, and I've talked about that, but you do need to change the sets done per exercise. Also, rest intervals are changed within this program. Repetitions, both high reps and low reps, have value. But anyway, that's it for this video. I wanted to talk a little bit about periodization and the fact that it is important to operate and follow periodization principles. Talk to you soon.